Hi everybody, if you're anything like me, makeup is something you just never do. One, because you have crazy kids and you just don't have the time. But when I do my makeup, I want it to be quick and easy. Even if I am going out somewhere nice, I just really want it to be easy. That's something I go for. So the first thing I wanted to tell you about is a little about what I use. I use the Savvy Mineral line from Young Living, and I just want to show you how I do it in like 5 minutes. So what I do at the start is always fix my eyebrows, just so everything's kind of in place. I just got out of the shower because I just finished up with CrossFit. The first thing I use is the lavender lip balm, and what I actually do, and this is going to sound completely crazy, but I put it on my eyelids, just like this. Whoop. And now it's, the reason I do this and then I rub it in is because it actually, because the Savvy Minerals is a powder, mineral-based makeup, it's a powder form, right? So it kind of tends to go a little bit all over the place. So what I do is I do this first, and one, it makes it stay in place, and two, it's good for my eyes because it's with coconut and lavender. So nothing crazy that I'm putting on my eyes. But also it kind of, I feel like it intensifies the colors a little bit. Not that you need intensifying, but you do want it to stay in place. So the first one I'm using is Wanderlust. This is what I use for my base. And it's just a powder. I take my brush, I dip it in, and I dip the excess off, like dab, 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 off on the cap. And then literally just put it all over my eye. Now because we put the chapstick lip balm on your eye, first it's going to be a little sticky. So this first layer that you put with whatever your base is really the one that's kind of going to hold everything together. Now again, and I don't know if I said this already, but I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just a mom at home with her kids, and one's napping, which is why I got to take a shower today instead of just being stinky from the gym. So literally, I want something that's quick and easy to do so that when I go pick up my son later at school, I look somewhat put together. So that's literally, that's the base coat. Put a little bit more on the top here. For me, I like to use a light color. Somebody once told me it like brings out your eyes a little bit. Who knows if that's true? But I like to use it first. And this Wanderlust color is definitely a good kind of like neutral there. So that's the first one. Easy peasy, right? Nothing crazy. Next color I'm going to use is it residual? Crushing. Is Crushing. So it's a little bit like a pinky-ish color. And now it's going to be the same thing. So I'm going to take my brush and pour it on the top. Forgot the sticker was still on. That one. And just dab, 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 dab. Now this one I kind of put on the bottom of my eyelid, down here. And I don't go all the way in, I just kind of stay on the lid, and I don't go all the way to the end, or I try not to. I'm doing this on my phone, so I mean, yeah. And because I'm not using crazy dark colors, I'm using regular colors. Not regular, but like neutral colors. You mess up a little bit, it's not a big deal. Like if I put black across my eyelid, that would be kind of funky if I messed up, because then I'd be doing a lot of fixing. Again, not a makeup artist, so fixing ends up me being like wiping everything off, which, who wants to do that? So then, so again, so now I just have, you can see a little bit of the white inside of the Wanderlust. If you want to put a little bit more, you can just make it more evident. Whoop. Okay. And then I like to take, so that's basically it for the most part. Then there's Determined. It's a little darker. You can see. And I take this one and I just put it right in the corner of my eyes. Right over here. Nothing crazy. So the next thing, so we learned secret number 1 was putting the lip balm on the eyelid just so everything kind of stays. If you look, there's not a whole lot of that like fallout that sometimes you get with for mineral makeup. And I like to say 1 because I'm dib-dabbing, and 2 because of the lip balm. So the next thing I like to do is I kind of like to put my eyebrows together. Nothing crazy. And for me, what I do is there is Jet Set, or their eyeliner, which is Jet Setter. And you can actually use like an eyeliner pen and eyeline it out and do the whole thing. I'm not big with eyeliner today anyway. But what I like to do, because it's a matte color, is I will actually mix that dark brown we just put on here with a little bit of the matte black, and I use that for my eyebrows. Now obviously my eyebrows are not black. Duh. They're a little brown. So that's why I still use the Jet Set, oh my gosh, the Determined color. And then I just take it, and the whole key that I found, and again, not a makeup artist, 1, you want to stay within your brow, and 2, you don't want to go crazy with it. Whoop. So I just take it and brush it in. And again, nothing crazy. I just like to fill it in just a little bit so it's not super dark. So can you see the difference? Not really, because it's not crazy, but it's just enough to kind of fill it in a little bit. So do the other side. Dun, dun, dun. And now this still has a little bit of the chapstick, so it's kind of nice because it helps. Kind of helps. Alright. Again, nothing crazy. Easy peasy. That's how I did it. So, now that I have that done, that's my eyebrows and my eyes. Simple, easy, nothing crazy to it. And I taught you the little secret of what I do to get it to stay there. Now, the next thing I do is I put some mascara on. Again, nothing crazy. Whoop. I like to just wiggle it up. Wah. Wiggle, wiggle. And a little wiggle, wiggle over here. And my eyes are done. That's it for my eyes. Again, I'm not a crazy makeup person, so sometimes that's all I'll do. But because we're doing it all, we're gonna do it all. So the next I put on is a little bit of blush. I put the blush on next. Same thing, it's mineral based, and just kind of go on, I think they're called the apples of your cheeks, your cheekbone. I just followed up. Nothing crazy. Boop. And then I use the warm foundation. I use warm too. So for me, and I know people do a lot of dib-dabbing on this one too, but I literally just take it, dab it a little bit, and I'm super sweaty right now, so I know it's not all gonna stick. And I'll show you guys a before and after too, just so you see how it works. Okay. And that's it. But now, here's the next thing. So, when I've been getting everything, whenever you buy makeup or you're adding makeup, sometimes people buy it all in bulk. I buy it in sections. So here is tip number 2, and I'll post these tips for you guys a little bit later. The next thing that I like to do, because I don't have their lip glosses right now, is to make my own. So this is what you're seeing right here. This is a made my own lipstick. So I have almost all of the eyeshadows that they have to offer. Like seriously, we've got crazy amounts. So this is what I do. If you guys get rose ointment, this stuff is the bomb.com. The reason why, rose oil, super expensive. So rose ointment is an easy, cheaper way to get rose into your hands, and rose is so good for you. But now what's nice about this is it's this, it's kind of like, I think it's called a salve, spelt salve with an E. And what I do is I don't necessarily put my finger in it, but I do have a stick somewhere. Where did I put it? There. And what I do is I'll take a little bit of this, and you can use this for everything, for like stuff on your face, when you get a boo-boo, things like that, stuff to put it on your face before you go to bed. But it also makes a kick-ass lipstick. So what I do is I take a little bit, just like that. Again, I don't put my fingers in it just because I use it all the time and I don't want it to just get gross. And I'll take that and I'll put it on my hand so you get a little chunk of it there. And now you're like, but Maggie, that's a funky color. What are you going to do? Well, I'm going to show you. So one of the colors I really like is Unscripted. It's one of my newer ones. And what I do is I like to take it a little bit here, and I dab it a little bit on the top to get a little bit of the excess off, like that. And what I do then is actually take my finger, now we're using the finger, and I'm going to put it and put this stuff right into the rose ointment. Do you see that? I don't have a lot in the cap, so I'll put it right there. Now if you're looking at it, you can see that it's starting to make a color. So basically I'm making my own gloss. See? And there's tons of colors, right? We looked at the different ones that I put on my eyes. If you want darker, you can go darker. If you want to add a little bit of the brown, give it a brown look, you can. I like this purple look. And so now you have a good for you good for you lip balm. And because of there's really not harmful ingredients in the eyeshadow, it's perfectly good to use on your lips. So, and that's it. Gives it a nice little color, nothing crazy. And I know it looks darker on my hand, but it's really not that dark. And voila, that's it. That is how you make your own lip gloss if you don't have any with you, or you are in a bind when you're out somewhere. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little easy video on how to do your makeup in like 5 minutes. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. And again, remember those tips and tricks, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye!